Muskogee County School District Mental Health Wellness Sessions presented by the Pastoral Institute. This program is supported in part by a grant from the Coronavirus Response Fund.
Hi, I'm Dr. Angela Sims. I'm a child psychologist and I direct the Children's Center, the Sarah T. Butler Children's Center for the Pastoral Institute. And I'm going to talk to you today about mental health issues in children and how you can identify those in your child and when and how to seek help. Okay, for this segment, I'm going to talk about anxiety. And, you know, most of us kind of have an idea about anxiety, but I'm going to talk about it in terms of what we see with kids. And, you know, for a lot of folks, anxiety is up with COVID. So with children, if you see a lot of anxiety going on, it may be that they've always had it, but we're seeing an increase because of some of the things that are going on with COVID. A lot of the kids are telling me they're not that anxious about COVID itself. It's more the anxiety about school, not seeing their friends, not being able to go to events, not being able to do sports, things like that. But some of the symptoms you might look for if you think your child has anxiety is poor sleep. They just can't go to sleep or stay asleep. They have fears of sleeping alone. Something I mentioned earlier, nightmares, night terrors. And these can be normal in 4 to 10-year-olds, but if you see them every night or they're really causing a lot of problems for the child with respect to sleep, then it would be good to go ahead and seek some help. Poor appetite, excessive worry, negative comments about themselves, low self-esteem, physical complaints such as difficulty breathing, headaches, stomach aches, nausea, feeling like they're going to pass out, shakiness, and heart palpitations. Those can be signs of a panic attack or a panic disorder, but you need to have those checked out first medically to make sure there's not some physical reason that they have those complaints. Some children have a lot of social anxiety, and I'm finding with COVID, it's interesting, the kids that have a lot of social anxiety are actually doing better because they don't have to be around other people. But if you have noticed your child had social anxiety, and then that went down, and then it increased again with them going back to school, that might be a time to go ahead and again take a look at what's going on. Children have fears of going anywhere. They may be just afraid for no reason. They may be worried about going to school and may have a lot of separation anxiety, like they cannot part from you. Now, it's pretty normal for 1, 2, and 3-year-olds to have a lot of separation anxiety, cry when you drop them off for daycare. But, you know, if your child's doing this at 6 and 7 years old, then there's a problem. Fears that something bad might happen to the parents. That is another thing that is going on a little bit more with the COVID, especially some of the middle school, elementary school kids, because they kind of understand what's going on. If the child has toileting problems that didn't exist before, all of a sudden they're not able to manage that. You want to get a medical evaluation first, but then if that's ruled out that there's not a problem, then you want to go ahead and get some counseling for that. Other types of anxiety include phobias, specific fears of things like bugs, dogs, you know, performance in front of other people. Those are things that, again, we can treat very well, and there's no reason not to go get counseling for that, thinking that it'll just go away. What we find is most of the time those things don't go away, and a little counseling can help the child overcome that. So basically, when you see anxiety, you really want to talk to your physician first for that child. Make sure there's not physical things going on, and then they will usually recommend that you get some counseling. And again, we have counselors here. We can do counseling through telehealth or in person, and we have quite a large staff that's working with children as well as teens. Thank you.